Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lorraine. If you haven't been here already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And we have a visitor today. Time. May bisita ako ngayon. Day off ko ngayon. That's why I've decided to create this video. This is a vlog for those nurses who wants to come here and made some research about this. If you want to become a nurse here in Australia, please listen and stay tuned. My second visitor for the day. Australia is in need of a lot of nurses and there's a lot of opportunities here as well. We came here way back 2017. There's some people who ask me information about how to become a nurse here in Australia. It's not the same anymore and it's less expensive. My cat looks so angry right now. So first option is to study undergraduate or postgraduate. That means you can come in here and study BSN. If you're already a nurse back home, then you can come in here to study a master's. The good thing about this is you're on the student visa. You can of course work and earn at the same time while you're studying, but juggling through work and studies, it's not easy. I've been doing it and it's not easy. It's not the same as just studying and puro palabas lang yung pera. The downside of this though is that it can take up to 3 years to complete the nursing registration. Back home in the Philippines, we study Bachelor's of Science in Nursing for 4 years. They have it for 3 years, but the cost is apparently so expensive. I was told it's gonna take maybe $100 or less. So that's our first option. The option one, there's a different process, but I'm not gonna go into that because that's not what the video is all about. I'm gonna tell you more about the second option instead, which is the best option. So to be able to apply to become an Australian registered nurse, you have to have an experience back home. You have to have a qualification. So before coming in here, you have to compile your requirements. That means you have to get your experiences. Nababother ako sa pusa ko. Linis ng linis. The second option, you can get your registration in as less as 6 months, but of course because of the pandemic that's happening, it can go longer than that. When way back 2017, waiting for registration, I think it took me 5 months before I got my registration. Way back 2017, what I did is I studied the IRN program via tourist visa. Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia transitioned to OBA, which is when you hear from other people, they call it OBA, which means Outcomes Based Assessment System. I'm gonna try to give you maybe 7 steps for this process. We'll discuss about the step 1. Step 1 means self-check. So there's a website online where you can do self-assessment check. Please note that these cannot be completed by a third party or anyone else other than yourself. I'm gonna put the website down here. So the cost of this is $640 from the last time I checked. So the second step is to attend the orientation. Attending the orientation, of course, you have to be here, you have to apply the visa, you have to have your visa before coming here. So you can talk to any other migration agents if you need to. When we came in here, we have a friend who helped us cover through all the visa processing steps and everything else that we need to know. So we're pretty much lucky in that regards. In the orientation means that they're gonna be giving information about how to live in Australia. Well, this pretty much covers the entire OBA process. Working as an RN here in Australia, what kind of environment we have here, it's pretty good. So yeah. Our third step would be, remember when I said earlier, you have to make sure that everything else is in order, like your BSN paperworks. If you have masters as well, that's very important. So have everything ready before coming into the step 2. So when you proceed to the step 3, then you already have all the documents that you need, and you just gotta make sure that everything's everything's signed and pretty much ready to go. So that's our step 3, getting your ID, do all the NBI if you need to. I think you would still be needing some NBI, so you gotta make sure you have someone back home who can run the process through. Although alam kong magiging mahirap yun ngayon, pero you know what? It's worth it. Our step 4 is OBA preparation. So OBA has two process. First one is to do the NCLEX, and the second one is the OSCE. For these two examinations, I'm gonna tell you more about them later, but for these two, you have to prepare. So this is what the step 4 is about. You have to do some self-review, and maybe if you're having difficulty doing it, I would be suggesting for you guys to have a look online if there's anyone who's pretty good at it. It's more about preparing yourself. Examination is not easy. It's never easy. For the entire step 4, if you're gonna need someone to help you with the NCLEX, not just self-study, you probably need around $6,000 or less. It's probably less. I was told it's like 5,000, but if you have NCLEX, then it's, better. NCLEX here is expensive, so you have to do it back home before coming here. All right, our 5th step is called MCQ examination. It's not ECQ, it's MCQ, which is the NCLEX. So NCLEX, I actually made a research about this as well. I forgot when I was talking about it earlier, but it's like $526, which is, cheaper back home. But if you really have the money and if you just want to do everything and come here, you can always do that too. It's all up to you. Our 6th step is called the OSCE. OSCE means objective structural clinical exam. It's anything to do with the nursing background. So you have to make sure that you study lots of books you have back home. Nung nag-aral ako ng bachelor's, parang ni-required kaming bumili ng maraming libro. So if you still have them, make sure it's updated. If it's not, then gotta make sure you read. Internet's open. This OSCE would cost $4,000. It's not being done in any state at the moment. I think it's only being done in South Australia. So if you're coming here in Victoria, you have to travel to South Australia. I'm not sure about the pandemic requirements with the COVID-19 isolation and all that kind of thing, because it changes. Do your research about that as well. But it's $4,000. Our 7th step is to apply for the registration, which is the best part because that means you're done with everything else. This is pretty much just a waiting time. Kung wala ka namang nagawang hindi maganda before, NBI mo is all good, and then yung police clearance mo, police checks, everything's okay. It's all about, waiting. I want to tell you guys a story as well. Nung nag-aral yung asawa ko under student visa, marami siyang mga kaklase na nagpunta dito, and then during the time na nag-aaral sila, kailangan nilang umuwi at hindi na nakabalik dito. For some people, they were promised na madaling magtrabaho. First day pa lang makakakuha ka na ng work. First day pa lang kahit na naka-student visa ka, or minsan pa nga kahit naka-tourist visa ka, makakakuha ka ng work. That's wrong. I'm already telling you, maraming job opportunities dito, pero kailangan mo maghanap, maraming nangangailangan din. So don't believe everything that you hear. So that's all it for today, guys. Thank you for being with me. I hope you appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed it at the same time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions as well, just put it in the comment down below. If you have anything that you wanted to know, just tell me as well via the comment section. Have a good day, everyone. I want to promote the Filipino community website. Ilalagay ko din yung link ng Facebook dito para lang kung sino sa inyo mga gustong magtanong, maraming mababait doon. Marami rin kayong malalaman ng mga information, mga natanong na before. And then makikita nyo rin yung mga available na migration agents. Marami doon. Just make sure doon na kung nasabi nila sa inyo kung ano yung, kailangan yung malaman, you have to do your own research. You can just Google as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being clear. Farah. Thank you, Madam Peanut.